Well, I would say that they're definitely ramping up harassment, doing a lot of rides, a lot of following members, sometimes having a supervisor ride and a center manager follow them while they're on their ride.
The facts, dates, and events presented in this video are from the member's best recollection and may not be fully accurate. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your local union about your rights and duties at your workplace. The opinions shared on this video are our own and do not necessarily represent my employer's positions, strategies, or opinions. All views shared are protected under the National Labor Relations Act.
What's going on, everybody? So today I have Greg Kerwood out of Local 25 in Boston and Richard Hooker, Principal Officer of Local 623 in Philadelphia. And we're going to be covering layoffs. I know we've covered this a few times in the past, but a lot of people are wondering, what's the vibe going on? At the beginning of the year, we were dealing with a lot of massive layoffs. Now that we're in May, things have changed a bit. And I want to ask these two real quick, and then we'll get into the other subjects. But real quick, Greg, layoffs, what have you seen lately?
Well, I would say, at least in my building, they've started bringing folks back. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll be headed into summer vacations, and hopefully that will bring back the rest, get the drivers off of split shifts and get all the preloaders and local sort people back where they belong.
And Rich, in Philadelphia, what have you seen with these layoffs?
Similar to what Greg was talking about. It's not as harsh as it was in the beginning. People coming back off of layoffs slowly but surely. And to what Greg was saying, hopefully, as we get into the summer months, so our feeder guys will be able to go back out on the run. Sleeper guys will be able to go back doing the sleeper run. So it's looking better than it was in the beginning. I'll definitely will say that.
This is a Teamster channel, a union channel. But for the non-union workers at UPS management, Rich, what have you seen with the layoffs on their side?
Well, they cut a lot of their part-time management. I know a lot at the airport here in Philly. Their last day was, I believe, April the 30th. And the way they handled that was really messed up. I seen some things posted online where, they're having to wait 4 to 6 weeks to get their severance pay and everything like that. So UPS is doing just UPS things, man. They don't care if you're hourly or management, man. They're just who they are.
Yeah, we've seen some stuff happen on our end too. We've had the OMS has been shrunken down, and also they've been trying to get this automated dispatcher thing working, which hasn't. So, with UPS technology, we'll see if it ever works. But with that being said, Greg, I'm going to throw it to you. Have you noticed management acting any different lately than they were at the beginning of the year?
Well, I would say that they're definitely ramping up harassment, doing a lot of rides, a lot of following members, sometimes having a supervisor ride and a center manager follow them while they're on their ride. There's certainly a big push that I see now that I'm in the mornings on the preload to wrap things up in ridiculously short amounts of time. A lot of yelling and screaming and just overall harassment. That seems to be the current state of things, is we're just now going to go back to trying to intimidate everybody into doing what we want.
Exactly. And I think we're going to have an episode in the future kind of like focusing a little bit more on just this. But first, I want to know, Rich, in Local 63 in Philadelphia, what's the tone over there right now?
Well, it's always a battle, always a fight, right? You can never, have your guard down, because the moment you think you can get some peace or just a little bit of the company just doing the right thing, that's when, they'll come in and do something that you just, and I think that's always going to be the case. I've never seen a company who would go out of their way to make your life difficult. The job is already stressful enough. It's already hard enough. I mean, and we're getting ready to get into the summer months. So, that comes another level of stress when we talk about heat and exhaustion. And, I don't think management will ever change. Being in this position now for about 4 years, um, is a totally different animal of what our members think UPS really is. All of us on this channel knows, and I think the people that watch this channel, they know, but I don't think our members can really grasp it totally until they get into where we see and listen to this channel. I think that they have a better understanding of what they're dealing with.
And I'm gonna throw this to Greg real quick. Is that when people first work here, maybe they're not pulling the office a whole lot. You were a steward. You've been a steward for many, many years. I mean, a lot of people get in their own groove. They come in, they just want to do their job, they want to go home, and then they think that, hey, I can cut some corners here and there. I mean, what do you say about all that?
Well, I would say that I hope they don't wait until they find out the hard way. A lot of people do come in, and with good reason. Why would they know that it is the way that it is? But they think they're just going to show up, put their head down, keep quiet, don't say anything, and do their job and go home. And that somehow will protect them from anything. And it simply doesn't work. The question is not if you're going to have an issue with management. The question is when. And you're better off learning and knowing and finding out about your contract and getting involved in your union, and having the knowledge ahead of time than to wait until you're being walked out the door, to find out that these people are not your friends. They're never going to be your friends. That they never had your best interest at heart. That you're a piece of meat or machinery that they're going to use up and throw away. So I would urge anybody to realize that now, and get involved, learn your contract, learn your protections, learn how to take care of yourself and your coworkers with you, so that you're prepared for that when the time comes, and it will come.
When it comes to drivers, they think that if they're fast, they can cut corners and they'll be fine. Rich, you've seen a lot of cases. Is that so much the truth?
They feel as though that they're doing the company a favor when they cut corners and when they skip their lunch and when they, try to ship packages far away from where they're supposed to be. Oh man, I'll save the company an hour, 30 minutes here, there, whatever the case may be, but it doesn't matter. If the company wants you and you've done something where they can get you on, doesn't matter how many times you skipped your lunch, doesn't matter how many times you ran, they are going to get you because they don't care anything about what you've done for them to help them out. To Greg's point, they don't care anything about you. You're nothing but um, a means to an end, and that end is maximum profit. And they will exploit you, harm you, harass you, hurt you to get the maximum production. And that's just who this company is.
So if you have not done so already, follow 63 Lives Matter, Facebook, Instagram, all social medias. And if you have not done so already, follow the UPS 2023 Contract Enforcement Group. Did I get that right, Greg?
Close enough.
Okay, close enough. It's 2024. I don't know if that's the same, but whatever.
A lot of competition.
A lot of competition. The other ones were taken. He tried to make multiple of these groups, but all the names were taken, and he had to do this one. All right, so shout outs. Greg, who do you want to shout out?
Well, it's been a while since we've been on here, but I'm going to continue to shout out the folks at Molson Coors who are still fighting the same fight, against another scumbag company that doesn't want to pay their workers. I find it ironic that for some reason my Facebook feed is inundated with advertisements for Molson Coors.
Oh.
I choose to comment on every single one of them. I encourage everyone else to do so. Remind them who makes the beer and who makes the profits, and let them know that either they play ball with us or they don't play ball at all.
I want to give a shout out to Sean Fain and the UAW for really the great work they're doing, especially in the South. What they're doing down there, man, it is amazing. I grew up in the South. Everybody knows the South is a right to work area. The governors came out against them. The legislation was already against them. And of course, the company is always against them. And what they were able to do there, and I think they have a vote today, I believe. And so just shout out to them. Continue to do the great work and keep leading the fight in labor.
And I want to give a shout out to all the members watching this right now. You know, I took a month off and the YouTube algorithm likes to fight against that. So if you can, please share this. Let people know we're back online. We're going to be releasing these every Sunday. And also, you know, Rich just mentioned it about the right to work states down in the South. I can actually look at my analytics and see where most of the views are coming from. And of course, we got Chicago, New York, even California. But the surprising ones, Atlanta, and Texas. And, you know, a lot of these right to work states, you know, yeah, they're harder to unionize and everything else, but these companies, they don't understand that you piss off these workers, they're going to fight against. And so that's the awesome thing about all this. So, anyways, that's all I got, everybody. Love you, and I'll see you next time.